Coach Superior Shelby and 71% successful grant writer. Welcome in to the first Saturday of 2025. I'm so blessed to have you tap on my video because that means you are interested in some debt-free funding serve in your favor and that you definitely qualify for. So in this live stream, okay, or in this video, depending on if you're watching it live with me or afterwards, I'm going to tell you all of the things you need to have to best prepare you for these funding opportunities for your business, your startup idea, your tech idea, your nonprofit, okay? And then we're going to go into some multiple debt-free opportunities that you qualify for that you can apply to. I'm also going to open up the floor for questions and concerns. That way I make sure you are properly prepared, all right, for these opportunities that you're going to go ahead and go for in 2025. Okay, so you ready to get started? Welcome in, friends. Now, don't be scared if you're joining me live here on YouTube. Make sure you say hello. You know, I like to be very interactive, so hey, friends. And if you're watching this video afterwards, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on my video. I promise it's going to be full of information. Okay, if you just play it in the background while you're cooking or whatever you're doing, you won't miss the gems. Okay, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. And let's get down to it. Okay, hey y'all. Now we done rolled on in. Okay, we are here in 2025, and 2025 has a lot to offer for small business owners, tech innovators, new ideas. This is like the year of innovation. Right? The year of pioneering new things, the year of something new, okay? And everybody has an amazing business idea. You are actually starting a new business, so you need to know what opportunities you can take advantage of that will help you give you some money and some really good support, okay? Because we can get money, but we need support. All right, so let's get down to it. Now, I'm usually on YouTube. You guys, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, I'm usually on YouTube talking about different grant opportunities. I'll tap into that a little bit, like a little sprinkle of it. But then I really want to dive into these other opportunities that most people are not talking about on social media. Okay? Cool. All right, so welcome on in. Let's get started. Now, with most funding opportunities in 2025, okay, we are seeing that they are actually requesting us to have these 3 key documents. I've been talking about this. I've been saying it, but in 2025, we're here. You definitely need it. The business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. Okay. In my live stream yesterday, I actually went over, exactly what a business plan, a thorough business plan looks like, what a really good pitch deck looks like, and also what a really good 90-second pitch video looks like. See, having those 3 key credentials will definitely open up windows and doors of opportunities. You got to think, the people that you are asking the money from, whether it's a grant, investment capital, crowdfunding, loans, okay, most of these opportunities are looking for you to have some sort of map, some sort of plan, some sort of pathway that explains what you plan to do and what is your product or service and how are you going to be able to help out everybody. So a business plan, right, has all of these key factors in it that explain what your business is and what your business model is. Are you only going to serve customers, or are you going to do business to business, or are you doing both? And it outlines what your mission, vision, and value is. So you need to have a business plan. Now, there's some AI tools out here you can use, but see, the thing about using AI is that you have to be very specific. And then even when you are specific in your prompts, you still have to go over that entire document to reassure that everything that this document is saying is actually exactly the execution steps that you plan to take in your business development journey. So, for example, say you all are out here and you want to get into like, let me just throw out an industry out there. Say you want to get into like real estate. However, you don't want to do traditional real estate. You might have been grown or might have been raised in like a small town, a small community, or an urban or underserved area. And it might be a passion of yours to go back to that urban or underserved area or that small town and to bless it with some revitalization and, make it look nice, look a little bit more modern, and also to bring more shops and more business there. So I'll give you an example. I got some of my family that's out there in, Tallahassee, but really they're in what's called a small town called Cairo, Georgia. Cairo, Georgia is literally the borderline of like the Florida-Georgia line, okay? Small town, small country town, right there on the border. And I mean, it's literally 45 minutes to an hour away from Tallahassee. Now, some might think Tallahassee is a small town, right? But Cairo is even smaller. Thomasville, Georgia, even smaller, right? Cairo, Georgia is one of those places where they would label it as like a small town or maybe underserved because it might not have your big metropolitan city incentives like, maybe having a full Amazon warehouse there, right? Maybe they only have one Walmart, one Home Depot, right? So those type of areas, you can actually get government funded grants or government contracts. And so the government contracts and the government grants that you would get, well, usually when we're talking about real estate and doing like big commercial real estate stuff that I'm talking about, they want to know what your plan is. So you can say, okay, I want to go back to, Cairo, Georgia. I want to go back to where I'm from. I want to buy the block and I want to buy a couple miles around it, like in a radius, like 5-mile radius. I want to buy up this land and I want to be able to redo all of the homes here. I want to build some plazas, some shops, smaller shopping boutiques and malls and stuff to bring more of the population here and also to create more opportunities here. Yes, you can get funding, debt-free funding to help you develop in those projects. Let me give you another example. In the real estate sector, right? Because I noticed a lot of you guys are into real estate. Say that you wanted to do something where you wanted to create a sort of program that will help low-income families. I mean, guarantee low-income families into getting like their first home. This is something I'm talking about that goes beyond the FHA program. Your program needs to be very strategic, very thorough, and very specific on exactly how it will guarantee these low-income families one of your homes out of your portfolio. So your business plan needs to outline and needs to talk about what exactly is that program that you want to develop. How much would it cost for you to have the resources, the supplies, and to develop this program for your real estate company? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. With the real estate industry, if you're going traditional real estate, I mean buying houses, buy and flip, or buy and hold, and you're becoming a landlord and stuff, well, there's not going to be any debt-free opportunities out here for you, okay? Because everything that you're doing is literally for profit, and it's not like really community driven, But when we want debt-free money, which is like grants, which is incubators and accelerators and stuff, well, they want to see how impactful your business will be. So having that business plan will serve as that professional document that will give them a roadmap of exactly the phases you need to go through, how much it will cost you to go through these phases, how much it costs you to stay afloat. So then that way they can determine if they want to, or whichever time they want to come into your phase of business and invest and give you free money. Okay? Cool. So that's why you need a business plan. All right? Now, a pitch deck is pretty much the PowerPoint version of that, right? So it's a couple slides that you would go through and you would pretty much outline all of the main key points about your product or service. So, give another example. Let's see if I can just give you guys a quick example. Well, I can give you an example from my experience because right now I'm actually I am selling skincare products, not really skincare products, but like soaps and body oils that I'm using here in Africa that's helping out with my eczema. It's getting lighter and stuff. Okay? And so I'm looking for the oil. Okay, I'll just use this. So say you have a product, Okay? You have a product, you do oils, or you have an actual product or a service, and you want to really scale this product. You know that this product helps with hyperpigmentation and helps with, all kinds of stuff, right? Eczema, it gives you hydration for your skin. You know all of the benefits of your product, right? And you know what it costs and what it takes and what the ingredients is for your product, right? And so all of that needs to be in a business plan, but then in a pitch deck, in the pitch deck, you need to be more direct. In the pitch deck, you will have a physical prototype or a picture of your product or you performing the service. And then you will go into more detail about what this is and why we should buy it and why we should care about it. See, the pitch deck is going to be that easy slide, going through something really aesthetically appealing as well for the grantors or for the other parties, so that way they can determine if you are the perfect candidate for the opportunity. Believe it or not, even outside of you having a pitch deck, not pitch deck, but a business plan, pitch decks are actually more, well, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more recommended, or they're more like requested. Because sometimes going through a business plan, especially if you have on an average for, let's say, for a grant opportunity, on average for each grant opportunity, there's about 2,000 applications that is submitted. So imagine having to go through 2,000 business plans. So you are going to see here in 2025 that majority of these funding opportunities, somewhere in this application, they are going to request that you upload either a PDF version or some sort of link of your pitch deck. Pitch deck is the PowerPoint version of your business plan. The main points that we need to know about your service product is inside of this pitch deck, and then you follow it up with some contact information so we will know how to reach out to you. Now, you need a 90-second pitch video. A 90-second pitch video is pretty much like a small commercial that outlines everything that you've been saying in the business plan as well as in the pitch deck. It's that content piece that you would also use for your website and you would use to show other parties so they can really get a real clear understanding of exactly what your service or product is. Now, I don't want y'all to sleep on the foundational steps, so I want you all to know, if you are a startup and you do not have an LLC yet, and you do not have your EIN yet, and this is like you're in the idea phases of your business. Idea phases is you just came up with the idea, you haven't invested yet, anytime, you haven't really invested yet. Well, sorry, I had to reconnect. So I have an actual video out on how to do the foundations for your business. Okay. So, and that's actually it's on my YouTube. You can go check it out, and it gives you all like step by step of like what you need to have for your business development or for your business foundations or to be an active business in the United States. All right. So I also, in that video, I provided you with a spreadsheet that outlines in each step what you need to have done before you decide to go for funding opportunities. Now, you need to do the business foundational steps first before you go for any grants, investment capital, crowdfunding, loans, lines of credit and credit cards, incubators, and accelerator programs. I know that was a lot I just said, right? You need to do the foundational steps because in the process of you developing your business, in the process of doing the foundational steps, once you have your LLC, EIN, and your business website and all that good stuff, well, also you're supposed to get your business bank account. You won't be able to get funded from any of these opportunities without having a business bank account. They won't put the money into your personal account because you applied under the business name. This is a business grant opportunity or business opportunity in general. So I'm reassuring you that you need to do the business foundational steps first before you decide to move forward with any type of funding opportunities. They need to show that they need to see that you're committed to, to the idea and to the whole thing. Okay? Cool. Now, once you have done the foundational steps, right? And in your foundational steps, you're supposed to do the business plan and at least the pitch deck. Now, the 90-second pitch video can come later. All right? You can work on that later on. But in the process of doing your foundations, you need to have that business plan and pitch deck. Let's move forward. All right? You clearly understand what you need to have prior to you applying to any of these like funding opportunities. Now, if you're going for traditional banking opportunities like loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, you definitely need to make sure you have either some sort of assets, some sort of credit, and some good income. Because for those traditional banking opportunities, loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, they will require you to show proof that you will be able to pay it back. Those are not debt-free opportunities. So we're going to focus on the debt-free opportunities, right? The ones that we don't have to pay. So it will be a little bit more challenging to try to get approved for some debt-free money that we don't have to pay back. Simply because we're not paying it back. You know what I mean? We don't have to show proof of income. We don't have to provide our personal information like name, date of birth, address, and social. No. But we have to provide proof of concept. We have to provide a method that is proof of impact. So, business plan, pitch deck. Okay? All right. So, on these grant applications that you're going to be applying to, I always talk about grants, but even when you are applying to grants don't talk to each other. You don't have to worry about, them being reported on your personal credit and none of that stuff. Grants don't do that. Grants simply want to know if they gave you the money towards your business and towards your development process, how would that be effective for your business? How would that be effective for your, like, what are the effects of that, right? And outline that. One of the major questions that you will see on a lot of these grant applications, as well as just funding opportunities in general on these applications, they're going to ask you, if you were given this $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 opportunity, what would you do with it? How would you utilize it? How will it be impactful to your business? You need to answer that question as thorough and as professional as possible. But you want to give them the now strategy. You don't want to give them the strategy of, okay, I'll take the $50K. We're going to spread it out. I'll be able to invest in payroll. I'll be able to do this. I mean, that is very obvious. Be specific. With this $50,000, I will purchase these supplies and equipment. Purchasing these supplies and equipment will give me more of what I need, right? Will give me the tools I need to develop and to produce my product. My product currently is in high demand. And my challenge is that I cannot keep up with the demand of the product due to the high cost of ingredients that needs to go into production, which slows down our scaling and development process. Therefore, with this opportunity that you provide to us, we will be able to take our business to unlimited heights in just 1 year with this opportunity, right? And you want to just elaborate a little bit more onto it. That's how you want to answer that question. You don't want to be very general and just straightforward, you know what I mean? You want to be very thorough and heartfelt and passion-filled. Okay? Cool. Now, you know that you need to have a business plan, pitch deck, 90-second pitch video. Grants, you don't have to pay them back, all right? If you guys want to know more about grants and if they're for you, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me, all right? The link is somewhere in here, all right? Should be in here somewhere. And you'll be able to, know if that is like, what's best for you. All right, grant opportunities. Now, I want to show you the main 3 websites I use to apply, search and apply to grants. That way you guys don't, miss out. And then I'm going to move over to investment capital, all right, and different accelerator programs that you can join. Cool? Cool. All right, let's get down to it. I'm sorry if the connection or if I look blurry to y'all. I'm looking at my studio and I'm like, okay, I think I look blurry. It's so unfortunate because I'm here in Africa, and so the internet is not as strong as it is there in the US. Yeah, even in 2025. God bless this country. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this really quick. All right, so one of my favorite websites to go to for grants is grantwatch.com. This is actually a grant search engine that you can go to, and you can search for grants that serve in your favor. The key to winning grants, just like the key to winning any opportunity, you guys, is to consistently apply. Even if you're going for investment capital will definitely open up your eyes to how strong your perseverance is. It will it will literally put you in a place of like, you are just, it can be frustrating. I have a friend who's actually like, and I'll go into that later, but let's just focus on this website, grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is a $43 or $45 a month subscription. Definitely worth it because it's a grant search engine that you can use to find grants that serve in your favor. So when you first come here, if you are a nonprofit, you will click on grants for nonprofits or grants for small businesses. Obviously, they have federal grants, foundation grants, grants for individuals. Grants for individuals is like rental assistance, HUD, food drives and food assistance, things like that. You can find a grant writer and stuff like, and all those good things. Click on grants for small businesses. And I want somebody to tell me here in the chat, like, give me your state, all right? So I need your state, and tell me what is your business industry, all right? So I want to go ahead and find a grant for someone using the Grant Watch search engine, so that way I can show you how many opportunities you have and how you should be going for these opportunities. So I want you to drop your state and what you do. All right, and then I'm going to choose one of you guys, and then I'm going to show you. All right, ready? All right, so we have Pennsylvania and a painting business. All right, so I'm going to put in here Pennsylvania. And then you have painting, so we'll put, okay, so I want to show you how you would use this program. So let me show you what I'm doing. All right, so I put in Pennsylvania because that's where you're from. And then we want to choose all the categories that serve in your favor, all right? So we're going to click on arts and culture. It's, and we're also going to make sure we put in that you are a startup, entrepreneur or startup. Let's see. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else you qualify for. I'll click on small business. Okay, cool. All right. And then you guys see all of the categories that they have in here. You just pretty much choose the one that serves in your favor, right? Choose the one that you know has something to do with your business or your business idea. Okay. So our friend here in the chat is in Pennsylvania and is a painting business. All right, so we've selected 3 out of the 62. We put in Pennsylvania, and now we're going to search the grants, okay? So look at this, 318 grants available, all right, for our good friend here, What I like to do when I'm here in Grant Watch is I like to simply start from the back, because I noticed that this site, they put a lot of their new grants, new posted grants, like on the last page. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah. So what you would do is that you would go through each grant and you would just read to see if there's any of them that serve in your favor, okay? And then what I like to do and what I like to encourage you all to do is go ahead and create some sort of spreadsheet, right? Create a spreadsheet that will give you a list of all the grants that you have found here in grantwatch.com. So let me show you what a really cool grant spreadsheet will look like. Let me see if I can find one for you. I need to go in my, this is weird. Okay, this won't, because it's pretty slow. But let me see if I can bring up one really quick, because I wanted to show you guys like what a spreadsheet kind of looks like when you are like adding the information in there. Or I can just kind of like show you a little bit of how you can set one up. Okay, so okay, here you go. You would come in here and you can create your own spreadsheets, blank spreadsheet. All right, and then so column A, and then so look, got it. You can actually do a pre-built table, which is really cool with Google. I love Google. Okay, I like to do project tasks. That's just kind of the one I like to use, or just use like a a general one. What's the one I usually like to use? Blank event task. I think it's this one. We're gonna do a blank table. All right, so you can create your own spreadsheet. You can put in here grant list. And so column 1 will be the name of the grant, right? The name of the grant. Column 2 would be like, let's say column 2 would be the link to the grant link. Okay. Column 3 could be deadline date, right? So application, deadline. And you would change this, right? You can change this. Let's see here. Sort column, edit column type, and you would put a date there. Date. Sorry, date. Just date. There we go. So now everything in here will be like dated, you know what I mean? And then on the column 4, I will put like the date you need to check your email. So check for grant response, right? Okay, and then I will make this dated too. Edit column type, date. Okay. Usually, just to give you guys some insight, usually you want to wait 30 days after the application deadline date to check your email to see if you get any response. So here, I would just go a whole month later and just boom, February. So I would check my email around that time. And then here I put information about like how much it is, right? So how reward amount. Okay. And you can edit this too. This can be like storages. It can be like finance. You can put finance. You could do whatever you want to do in here, or you could just simply like, let me see, because if you put like 10,000, what does that look like? 10,000. So you could put in there that it's, I don't know, it's worth $10,000, however you want to put. And then column 6, I usually like to put notes. So notes just pretty much saying like, what is this? What were they usually looking for? Is this a grant for women? It might be grants for tech. right? So that's what like your notes will look like, all right? So yeah, we just created like a spreadsheet. So what we would do is we would come here to grantwatch.com, right? You would click on view the full grant. This is when you need to be subscribed. And you would take the information, right, from Grant Watch and copy and paste it right into your spreadsheet here. And then what you're doing is in the first week of the month, right, if you do this and you get your list of 30 grants, right, you want to get your list of 30 grants, then literally you will be properly prepared to apply for these grant opportunities yourself, saving yourself so much money with hiring a grant writer, allowing you to give yourself the opportunity to potentially win, and then, you know, hiring somebody to take on the job or everything for you. Okay? Cool. So you can create your own specific grant list and using the grant search tools. And then you will refer back to your grant list, right? That will be your reassurance. You will go back there. You will just like keep checking in. You know what I mean? That's going to be that go-to place for you. You're creating your own grant list. You don't have to pay for a grant list, you know, and all that good stuff. All right. And then, you know, once you have your list of 30, just apply to one grant a day, because that literally opens up the opportunity for you to potentially win 2 out of the qualifying 30. That's the general ratio. Okay. Now, grants, they're a gamble. All right. There's no 100% guarantee that you will win. And that actually goes for all debt-free opportunities, free money opportunities. They're all competitive. All right, they're all competitive. There's always going to be someone out there who has just as good as an amazing idea as you that is in the same position as you. They need money too. So you're not the only one applying to these grants. So keep that in mind, and don't take it personal if you don't get approved for any grant. Just simply don't take it personal. Just continue to consistently apply, because I promise you, eventually you will actually win one. And, you know, God willing, you win a really big high ticket grant or a really big opportunity, debt-free opportunity that will give you more than enough money to develop. Now, do I have any questions? I don't know why I'm asking that, but do I have any questions? I just want to see if I have any quick questions about like what I just went over, because I want to show you guys like more about the investment accelerator programs and incubators. Now, keep in mind that with grants, most grants will give you the money, but sometimes they won't give you the support. Or they'll give you the money and the support, but it might not be the support that you actually need or you're looking for. For example, say you're not a startup, right? You are actually a seasoned business, and you go for an opportunity that's for all businesses, okay? So if you, and on all stages of your company, you know, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you are, and I want to let you know, because DEI opportunities are no longer a thing, well, everybody now, it's an even playing field. So you might really get one of them opportunities. I'm praying one of y'all get one of them good opportunities, okay? That will really give you more than what you need to move forward. I lost my train of thought because I seen y'all message. What was the app or site you used for the spreadsheet? Oh, that was Google. I'm Google girl. Yeah, that's Google. Google Sheets. All right, any other questions before we move forward? You're very welcome. All right. Now, I want to get into investment capital, right? All right, let me see. Federal DEI is not a thing anymore. Then is it wise to apply for underserved community grants? Yes, it is. Because you must apply to all grants that serve in your favor. You cannot allow new rules in politics and other emotional beings control your destiny and what is for you. If the opportunity is there, go for it. You ain't be letting them folks stop you from applying because that's exactly what they want. Oh, we're taking money out of DEI. So now you're going to have the scarcity mindset of not applying for these grants and these opportunities that are still going to be available to minorities, that are still going to be available to women, and still going to be available to veterans, and still going to be available to persons with disability. They can't just turn off tomorrow. Like, no, that's not how it works. These are programs that have been government funded since the 1940s. 1947, I think, is when they started this whole DEI situation, or 57. Come on, like, that's decades of programs and setup and personnel and all kind of stuff. So it won't go by tomorrow, right? You won't see a drastic change tomorrow. Therefore, you want to continue to go for the opportunities that are in your favor, but you must ask yourself the question first. Did you find them? Did you actually find underserved community grants? If you didn't, we can move on. Any other questions? It's Google Sheets, not Google Forms. Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the spreadsheet, so it's called Google Sheets. Or you could just use Microsoft. And it just says, I understand. Aha. See? Yeah. Also, just go and actually see if there's some out there, right? And if there is, and you see that there are underserved community grants using the tools I gave, and also by you joining different community groups, speaking with different nonprofits that are, sponsors, right, in your industry or in your sector. If you haven't did the footwork and went out to see if you can go get them, and if you haven't spoken to any of the managers, if you haven't done the footwork, don't even ask questions. Just go do the footwork. You know what I mean? And go do it for yourself. Okay, go get the experience. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is literally the best teacher. Okay, moving on. Investment accelerator opportunities. Okay, investment accelerator opportunities. Investment accelerator. Investment accelerator opportunities is when you can get a nice lump sum of some sort of working capital, and you will also get tailored mentorship and support to help you in your entire production and development process of the life of the first stages of your business. Imagine getting a free $100,000 and getting mentorship for 12 weeks and getting network, and also being able to have the ability to pitch about your service or product in front of other investors so you can get more partners and more money for your idea. That's investment accelerators. But they're very specific and they only help a small group. That shouldn't scare you away, because you don't want to be around with the majority. You want to pioneer your idea. You want to be different from everybody else in your industry. So these accelerator programs are going to help you develop that factor or that differentiator between you and your competitors. It's going to help give you the money that you need to develop and to move forward and to accelerate. Okay, should I use AI to help write grants? Yeah, why not? There actually are some grants out. Have you ever applied to a grant? Let's start, Angel. Angel, have you ever applied to a grant? I challenge you right now to download HelloSkip and go apply to every grant right now that you have. We will be on here for the next 30 minutes. I want you to use HelloSkip. I want you to go through that app, helloskip.com. All right, I'm going to put it here in the chat. Yes, several. Okay, so you've applied to several, right? What has been your success rate out of the several that you've applied to? Do you have a specific number, or do you know exactly how many you applied to? What types of grants you've applied to? And what is your grant writing strategy? Ask those questions because a lot of us are, we apply and then I don't want you to get demotivated in your application process. I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, like this is so tiring and I don't like applying to grants anymore. You gotta have a strategy. You gotta be very strategic. Do I apply to every grant? No. Yes, for the last 4 years, probably around 25 grants. That's enough, and been approved for about 10 out of those. That's absolutely amazing. If you got approved for 10 out of 25 grants out of the 4 years, that is very good. So, what challenges are you having, or how can I assist you? Or it sounds like you got it. I want to know what brings you to my YouTube today, because you have it all together. I just put it in the chat, helloskip.com. Sorry, because it's like literally like messing up. I hate that I look a little blurry. Do I look blurry to you guys? I'm pretty sure I do. That sucks. I'm going to see what I look like on TV really quick. Because I'm like, hold on. Because I will reconnect my whole entire data. Because I know if I've been looking blurry the whole time, we got to. But I'm giving you time. I'm giving you time to answer my question. What brings you here on my live? And how can I assist you? What information are you looking for that will allow you to increase your success rate and, continue to move forward? It's better? Okay, cool. Cool. All right, cool. Sorry, y'all. I had to see what I look like and make sure that we look decent. Because I was like, am I blurry or is it just this? Okay, yeah, it was just my computer. All right, let's see here. You are fine and the connection is understood. The data is still powerful. Good. You're correct. Perfect. It's better, sis. Perfect. The grants have been 525,000. Now I need to accelerate that, especially since we're looking to developing affordable housing. Awesome. So consistently apply. That's like literally how you would actually get the money. Like you have experience in actually winning 10 out of 25 grants that you have applied to. There's nothing more that I can possibly teach you besides saying consistently apply. So I want you to get off my live and go apply because I want you to be able to have the money you deserve to go ahead and offer affordable housing opportunities. Now, if you want some more like specific tailored support, you can always click somewhere. I have it pinned and you can book a one-on-one consultation with me. And I can tell you how I can help you out. I do offer grant writing services, right? So I'm 71% successful grant writer. I've been writing grants for 9 years. I've helped churches, organizations, public schools, nonprofit organizations, tech ideas, and startups and seasoned businesses get that free money. The most I've gotten someone funded in grants is $2.5 million. Most recently, 750K. Then this past year was 250K. It sucks that it keeps getting smaller because it's like I want to attract more qualifying seasoned businesses that will have proven methods, so that way we can increase that success rate and increase those rewards. So continue to apply. I encourage you to go and apply. All right, cool. Now let's talk about investment accelerators. Investment accelerators is absolutely outstanding. Will do wow. Yes, yeah, because there's nothing new you need to know. You just here for motivation. That's the motivation I can give you. You have experience, which is your teacher. You have proven methods that show you that you can win these opportunities. You shouldn't let anybody discourage you. You got this. Let me see. You are blah, blah, blah. I need it for my appliance repair business. Awesome. I will be booking next week. Okay, awesome. If you guys are like on your phone, or if you see it somewhere at the bottom, it should be like a little, like a little shop. It says somewhere shop. You can tap there and actually go ahead and book the consultation without actually leaving the live. Yeah, I was able to set that up. Took me forever, but I was able to set that up. So if you want to go ahead and book a one-on-one consultation with me to give yourself clarity on if you qualify or if your idea would be good enough to move forward with some debt-free funding, not just grants, then yeah, it's a 45-minute call and I give you clarity on the direction you need to be taken to develop. Okay, cool. Investment accelerators. So I'm going to show you this one. I love Generator. We talk about Generator a lot, so I'm going to show you. Generator is an investment capital group. All right, so I'm going to show you what a investment accelerator looks like. Investment accelerators is when you can get mentorship and also you can get some money, some capital to be able to take yourself to the next level. Imagine being able to get $100,000, right, as well as $100,000, as well as like tailored support, like specific support that will help you literally grow. So we have our friend here. Our friend said, I need it for my appliance repair business. Well, you have an appliance repair business, so I'm guessing if my Samsung or Dolce & Gabbana stove messed up, then you will be in, as well as my Samsung refrigerator. I'm pretty sure you can come in and help me with, making sure everything's working fine, right? Cool. Do you decide that you want to create some sort of tool or some sort of tech or some sort of software that will be able to read, but when your appliances is going to, spoil or go out before it does, therefore they can call you and they can reach out to you prior to the actual refrigerator spoiling. So let me show you something. All right, so we're going to go into the terms and all that stuff. Hold on. Let me go back. Kirkle Accelerator is one of my favorites, okay? Kirkle Accelerate, powered by Generator. Excuse me, y'all. It's a $100,000 investment in a 12-week program, all right? And you get all these industry connections, and you have to, for this one, you have to be a fintech. They will let you know specifically, but what I'm showing you is in general what these accelerator programs, investment accelerator programs look like. So for this one, it says that in addition to a $100,000 investment, so you get a $100K investment, each participating startup receives 12 weeks of concierge mentorship-based programming, introductions to fintech-focused investors. So no matter, even if this wasn't for fintech, it will be introductions to focused investors and deep industry connections with, other people that you need to be connected with. So this is an entire program that will start March 9th. Well, start May 29th, but the application deadline date is March 9th. And then the program doesn't end until August 22nd. Why? It's 12 weeks of mentorship, and they also give you $100K. Selected teams will receive a $100,000 cash investment in the current round if raising. Okay? And that's how this works. Now, they didn't say how much they want as far as an equity. They didn't say that they wanted equity. A lot of these accelerator programs, they don't want nothing on the back end from your business. kind of like a grant. They just want to be able to help you through the first phases or through the life of your business. Okay? Got it? Got it? Okay, cool. So Generator is one place that you can go to find different like investment, or not just investment capital, but accelerator programs. For those of you who are startups and you haven't generated any revenue yet, or you might even be a seasoned business, or you might be still in your startup phases and you're actually making money, but you haven't reached your income goals yet, right? Well, incubator programs are really good for you. Incubator programs are amazing for startups because it gives you the space, so the actual physical working space. So back to my product girlies that are selling things, right? It'll give you the physical space to be able to produce your product or to perform your service. It'll give you mentorship, and it'll also give you funding. It'll also, not just funding, but it'll give you capital, sorry. So don't sleep on the accelerator programs and invest in incubators. Because I know a lot of us are so into the idea of just getting money. But who's to say that once you get the money, that your actual execution strategy is going to be good? Why not have someone who's already an like well-known alumni in your industry that can give you some more tailored support and guidance, so that way you can make sure that you're spending the money in the right direction, in the right areas, almost guaranteeing a return on your investment. That's what these programs are. But prior to you applying, let me show you what the application looks like so you can have an understanding of like what they're asking, okay? Now, this is the application to that, all right? There you go, 100K they'll give you and 12 weeks of mentorship. Now, you put in your general information, name, date of birth, address, phone number. You need a website, friend. We're in 2025, all right? I'm going to say this as humble as possible. If you do not have a website, you are not serious, right? And sometimes it's not about having a published website. It's just simply about having the www.mycompany.com, okay? You need to have one of those domains. Give them a description, 3 to 10 sentences, and what is your business model? Are you business to business, business to customer, or business to customer and business? So how does your company currently or plan to make money? They want to know that too. Do you have customers, and are you generating revenue? Who are your competitors? These questions are very specific. Who are your competitors? Competitors can be other companies providing the same product or service, working with the same customer base, or both. Remember, every business has competitors, even if it's the status quo. Even if the status quo is the main competition, right? So, like if you're doing e-commerce, well, guess what? Your competition could be like, a big e-commerce seller or whatever case may be. So just make sure you put that in there. Who's on your team? So who's on your team, and what makes you guys qualified to be successful? Traction. They want to know what, this may include revenue generated in the last month, revenue generated in the lifetime of your company, monthly revenue growth rate, number of customers, notable customers, number of paid or unpaid pilots. Traction is this purpose of this question, right? Is to get a clear definition and understanding of the demand for your product or service. If you have customers, how many customers do you have? If you have generated revenue, how much revenue have you generated? How many clients gave you that revenue? And what is the percentage of your client base increasing? So is it increasing by 20% monthly or annually? What does that look like? What is the traction in your business? Now, if you don't have traction, you would simply explain that. I'm in the startup phases of my company. However, what we've been able to do to develop or to show traction in our business is that we actually did surveys to see if people needed this product or service. You got to give them something. You can't just leave this empty and say we're a startup so we don't have traction. Denied. Okay, you got to give them something. You got to show You got to give them something that shows that you are committed to the process and that you was actually putting in the work before you ask for a handout. All right, so which industry groups describe your company? So you just put in your business like industry. How many full-time, part-time employees you have, and what's your investment stage? Pre-seed, you never got anything. Seed, so you're in the first phases and it goes in beyond. Funding date, what's the exact amount, dollar amount that you've actually received in funding, whether that's loans, lines of credit, credit cards, grants, or whatever the case may be. Currently fundraising, and then look at here, you guys, you need to upload your pitch deck and your executive summary. Executive summary, you could just upload your business plan or that first section of your business plan, but the pitch deck, you need it as well. Ask you, what is your biggest challenges? So besides funding, clearly, what are your biggest challenges facing your company now? Where you to be selected for this program? So if they select you for the program, what are the top 3 objectives you would like Generator to help achieve? What are your goals? Reason for selection, give them 2 to 5 sentences on why they should select you and why you should participate in the program. Give them the demographics about you, and then you simply apply. Simple. The application, actually, if you are properly prepared the way I'm telling you to, if you have your business plan and your pitch deck, to be honest with you, this application should cost you no more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes in time. Reason being is because a lot of these answers that you provide will always already be answered in your business plan. You can refer back to your business plan as an answer key. So being properly prepared for these opportunities will save you time, energy, and also it will not make you demotivated in the process of you consistently applying to opportunities that serve in your favor. What questions do you guys have? I'm going to leave the floor open next 5 minutes or so. I want to know, what questions do you guys have about anything that we went over today? There is money out here that you can get for free. There's definitely, no matter what industry you're in, you can be in trucking, you can be in catering, you can be in food and beverage, you can be in health and beauty, you can be in senior care, you can be in specific health care, you can be in tech, you can be in fashion, you can be in art, you can be in music and entertainment, you can be in no matter what industry or what you want to start or idea you have. Yes, you can get debt-free money that you don't have to pay back. Yes. 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 Can you get, yes. Yes. I got a plumbing business. Can I get a grant? Yes. Don't even ask me the frequently asked question. Can I get a grant for my business? Can I get a grant for my type of business? Absolutely, yes. Now, what's the question following that? How many grants are there available to me? Hundreds. Hundreds. Now, what's the question after that? Well, how do I actually apply to them? Well, have your business plan, have your pitch deck, visit grantwatch.com, find the grants that serve in your favor, and go ahead and submit the application. What's the turnaround time for grants? What's the turnaround time for these opportunities? Well, if you take a look at even just this, every grant, every opportunity will give you what's called a deadline, like a timeline. Every opportunity will give you a timeline. So before you apply to the grant, it's very imperative that you actually take a look at the grant timeline or the opportunity timeline. The application deadline date is February 16th, but the program does not start until April. The program ends in June. Look at this one. So many more. So it's very important that you understand that each opportunity that you go for, the deadline dates are different and the turnaround times are different because each program is different. Okay. Can I use AI to help me out with applying to these grants? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. However, it's always better if you just use your own brain, right? Because it's literally your idea. It's not hard. You want to know the bad side about using ChatGPT, especially when we're talking about applying for these grants, is that two things. There is a AI bot out here that they actually can run these applications through, and they will know that you used AI. Technology is lit. And then there is a some grants out here that will specify not to use ChatGPT. Also, ChatGPT will give you more than what you need. It will give you generalized market research, market industry information about your idea, and that's just not what the grantors are looking for. They're looking for that idea to come directly from the heart, from you. And so they know when your answer is not passion filled. They can tell when you just want to make money because your ass is using ChatGPT. You know? So when you're using ChatGPT, it's best that you read over what what it's written, and then make sure it sounds more passion filled like you. All right, make sure it has more of you in it, and it doesn't sound so robotic. That's the only thing about using AI. What if ChatGPT is rewarding what you've already written? I mean, ChatGPT is not the one that's going to sign the check for you, are they? Can't be too trusting. I know you're trying to find the easiest way to apply to grants. There's no easy way. There's no easy way to apply to any of these opportunities. You got to put in the time. Yeah. Are you saying rewording? Okay, so if they're rewording what you've already written, then that's fine. It's no problem. Because not all business owners have creative writing skills. That sucks though. If you want to know, 50% of the children in the USA actually don't know how to read or write. So with those statistics, that's why they require you to actually write it yourself. They be knowing, they know that you use ChatGPT. I'm just let you know, even if you're rewording, even if you're using it to help you reword, they know. They know for a fact. They know for sure. What other questions do you guys have about like grants, investment capital, these programs? Clearly, we see what they're looking for. You need a pitch deck, business plan. They're asking for traction. They're asking for a website. Having your business foundation will increase the opportunities and also will increase your chances of approvals. You get all of these great benefits with doing different accelerator programs and incubators. Yep. Also, and don't be afraid to join, like, do different pitch competitions too, right? Because pitch competitions are usually like where the high ticket grants are at, but also like pitch competitions will open up the opportunity for more network, right? So even if you wasn't to win that opportunity, that pitch competition, somebody in that room still wants to give you money towards your idea simply because you persevered through your fears and you stood in front of an audience and you talked about your service or product and the importance of us having it. So yeah, don't sleep on pitch competitions. So yes, there's grants out here for you. Yes, there are programs out here for you. Who cares about grants when you can get an actual accelerator program and an actual incubator to help hold your hand through the entire process? It's the accountability part though. I get it. But I don't have problems with that, right? I don't have responsibility issues. I don't have accountability challenges. I'm really like I'm a effective communicator, and I take accountability for a lot of the stuff that I do. So, because that's the only way we'll be able to grow as individuals, right? So, if you are afraid of getting into one of these accelerator programs, or you simply don't want to do it because it's 12 weeks and I don't have 12 weeks because I got this and I got to do this for this job, then you're not prioritizing and giving your business the opportunity to really take care of you, like, and really be there for you. You just like, every time you keep not prioritizing this thing, it's going to show that you're putting it on the back burner. And that's just that. Same thing goes for like credit. Anything that you do in life, whatever you prioritize, that is and you put the energy into, that's where, whatever comes, the outcome that comes out of that, yeah. So if you prioritize your job, I totally get it, because that's what pays the bills. Let me tell you, I had that mindset, but I quit my job, got evicted from my apartment, and I didn't care. You know why? Because when I quit my job and said, I don't care about this apartment, because I'm actually tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm actually quite tired of paying this high ass rent, I made my first $10,000 in 30 days because of that faith. And also because I really was like so tired of putting my energy into other people, businesses, and helping them develop when I knew I had the skills that I can do it myself. That's how I actually got started. That was 9 years ago. I haven't worked a job in almost 10 years. Think you have a great day. Okay. No other questions, you guys? No other questions? You have me right now. You can ask me any question. Might as well get clarity. Might as well figure out what's your next steps. You might as well figure out, like, just ask me the question. You have me now. Absolutely love these accelerator programs. To give you like a more insight of what tech companies, or what actual companies that we utilize every day. DoorDash used an incubator program called Y Combinator to develop. Calendly, which is our booking system. Yes. Instacart. Twitch, the actual Twitch streaming account. All of those that I just named are very well known things that we are all of those, like, apps and stuff that we use in the US, and they use like investment accelerators, incubator programs to help them develop. They needed a sense of community. They needed network because they needed a team. They needed users to be able to utilize DoorDash first, so that way they can get through the kinks, through user interface and all that stuff before they decide to go public. How do you think they was able to get like a group of people to actually use their product or service, and to be able to, provide them with feedback before they put it out and commercialize it? Network, community. That's what these accelerator programs provide. A grant ain't gonna provide that. A grant is gonna give you money and leave you out in the dust. Now, I'm not talking bad about it, but hey, you choose which way you want to go. I would rather have a sense of community. Yep. That way I can have a team of people tell me if my product is good enough, if it looks good enough, if it's working, before I put it out there. Okay, let's see. Okay, what's the question? Thanks, Shelby. Great information. Looking forward to learning more and applying. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so book a one-on-one consultation with me. The link is somewhere pinned. All right, so you can just simply, without even leaving the live, you can actually click on a consultation call somewhere around here, and you'll be able to book a one-on-one with me. Promise you it's definitely worth it. Gives you clarity and reassurance on what steps you need to be taking, all right, to move forward. Okay. It is the first Saturday of 2025. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. All right. For me, it's 3 p.m. here in Africa. But you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I will be back on live Monday. All right. And you'll see some new content drop in about like different things in your development process. So I'll have different videos out for you so you can just kind of watch, especially over the weekend. And, you know, if you are a startup and you just want reassurance and clarity on what steps you need to take in order to be a successful, active business in the United States, I have an entire video out on the foundational steps you need to take, as well as in that video, I provided you with a link to the spreadsheet, pre-done spreadsheet inside of the description of that video. Okay, so you can go check that out. And then, yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. First Saturday of 2025. I hope you make it great. And I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.